Hey guys, this is part two of the do's and don'ts for beginners getting into weightlifting, nutrition, and fitness. Thank you for watching part one, and here's my don'ts and what I recommend that you shouldn't worry about, not to do, and what I feel really has no concern, but I feel you need to pay attention to this. You don't need to worry about what kind of protein shake to get because I actually recommend getting all your protein and all your nutrients, your micro and macronutrients from whole foods, vegetables, fruits, meats, grains, fats, like seeds, avocado, nuts. So whenever people ask me, well, what kind of protein shake, I really don't tell them to go get a protein shake. If you already have a protein shake and you already spent the money on that, that's fine. If you're a skinnier person, you can't put on weight for some reason, throw down a couple protein shakes every now and then, see if your weight goes up. But one thing I've gotten asked is, should I have protein in between my meals? I'm trying to lose weight. Why would you do that? No. That's just going to add additional calories, put you at a surplus at the end of the day, and put on some fat. That's what's going to happen. You don't need to worry about changing your routine every time you step into the gym. Keep your exercises the same. The only thing you need to worry about changing is maybe the rep scheme, whether if your reps are lower that day or higher, if your pauses or your breaks are a little bit longer, maybe 30 seconds this time, a minute next time. If you're trying to increase strength, maybe add a little bit longer rest period. But don't worry about muscle confusion or changing it up. That's BS. You can't confuse your muscle. That just because you get sore, that doesn't mean anything. So my next thing, don't worry about soreness. If you worked out and you squatted 400 pounds and last week you could only squat 350, but you're not sore, was that a bad workout? No. So don't go by soreness to see if you had a good workout. Soreness occurs whenever you introduce something new to an area. Just because it gets sore doesn't mean it's actually going to grow. It could just be hurt, strained. I'm not saying it's not going to grow, but don't rely on soreness as an indicator to show progress. Also, don't do high reps to tone a muscle, okay? A lot of girls will like, oh, I just want to get toned, so I'm going to lift really, really light and just do like 20 to 30 reps. Same with guys. Well, I just want to get toned and shredded and cut, man. It's just 20 reps. No, it doesn't work that way. A muscle can only do two things. It can either grow or it can shrink. Okay, it can't tone, shredded, cut, lean, whatever you want to call it, only comes from a lower body fat percentage. You get that low body fat, then you get that lean, cut, toned, shredded look that you want. Also, stop relying on cardio for fat loss. Cardio is a tool if you have already restricted calories a bit and you want an additional restriction on top of your exercise to create a caloric deficit at the end of the day to help with fat loss. If you're eating a crap ton and you try to add cardio, like, oh, I did cardio, why am I not losing weight? Maybe I'll do 2 hours of cardio and you're still not losing weight. No, stop doing cardio. Your cardio should come from your weight training. That's your cardiovascular work, your resistance exercise from lifting weights. It should be heavy, hard, it can be intense, it can be have long breaks, short breaks. That's your cardiovascular work, the weight training. Also, as far as eating goes, don't worry about eating every 2 to 3 hours to speed up your metabolism. That's BS. That's another myth that has been debunked and has actually been refuted and shown to be actually bad for you. Eating every 2 to 3 hours. You don't need to do that, guys. You don't need to kill yourself like, whoa, I need to increase my metabolism. I need to pack my meals and take them with me every day. And every 2 to 3 hours on the dot, I need to eat or I'm going to go crazy or I'm going to get fat. It doesn't work that way. Nutrient timing, meal sizes don't matter. It's calories in versus calories out. If you have let's say you burn 2,000 calories in any given day, and you have one meal consisting of 2,000 calories, and that's all you eat for the day, you will not put on a single gram of fat, and you will not lose a single gram of fat. Okay? If you have 100 meals, and all of those meals total up to 2,000 calories, like I said before, you're not going to gain or lose anything. Meal frequency And meal size don't matter. So how often you eat those meals and the size have no relation to increasing your metabolism or fat burn. Okay? Also, don't worry about the eating carbs before bed. That's a myth that goes around. If you eat carbs before bed, it will turn to fat because carbs are your body's energy source, and since you're going to sleep, you're not using any energy, so you're going to get fat. Yeah, that sounds plausible. That's not what happens. You actually burn most of your calories in the day while you're sleeping. Okay? If you're at a day job and you're sitting on your butt for 8 hours and you go and eat a huge meal before bed, you're not going to get fat because of the carbs. You're going to get fat because you ate at a caloric surplus. Carbs before bed is actually, I recommend that. If you work out in the morning like I do, I eat most of my carbs before bed because those slow digesting carbs provide me with the energy I need in the morning to get going and work out. Also, don't worry about what that actual number on the scale says. Just worry about the rate of the decreasing weight. So if you're decreasing at a steady rate every day or every week, that's what you need to worry about. Don't worry about the number itself. Just worry about the rate, whether if you're trying to gain weight, if it's increasing at a good rate or decreasing. Make sure that's consistent. Also, don't worry about how strong your buddy is or that dude who's the same age as you or younger than you who's lifting more than you. I struggle with this myself. I sometimes get caught comparing myself to others and feeling like crap if I'm not at the same level they are and they're younger, they're more fit than me, and they've been doing this not as long as me. This is a very narcissistic hobby, this fitness and working out. This is about personal progression, increasing yourself, pushing yourself, chasing new goals, and accomplishing those goals for you, and then translating those goals in the gym into everyday life out there. So working your ass off in the gym translates how you can work your ass off in the real world. But you need to not worry about what your friend is doing. If he's stronger than you, don't get sidetracked about what other people are doing. Worry about you. Worry about progressing, and the results will come, and so will happiness. Okay? So next thing, these aren't in any order, by the way. When you get done with your workout, don't worry about, what am I going to eat now? I just worked out. If I don't eat now, I'm going to lose all the muscle I could have gained if I don't have a protein shake. That doesn't matter, guys. Like I said before, calories in versus calories out. You have 48 hours before your muscles start breaking down other muscles or each other and using that as fuel. That's called catabolism. Alright? When you go catabolic. Okay, don't worry about that. Okay, if it takes an hour for you to eat your next meal, it takes an hour. If it takes 10 seconds, it doesn't matter. I'm not saying it's going to hurt you if you eat 15 minutes after your workout. I'm just saying don't stress if you can't. Next thing, I hear a lot of people say, oh, make sure you have this low sodium this or low sodium that. Stop worrying about sodium levels. Like some people bloat or retain water sometimes if their sodium levels fluctuate. So I recommend having sodium levels high because sodium levels operate on consistency. If you have a high sodium diet every day of the week and then one day you drop it real low and then the next day it goes back up to being high, it's going to fluctuate. You're going to have some water retention, you're going to look bloated, you may feel bloated, but same with if it's low all the time, you have a high spike in sodium, you're going to get the same results. Water fluctuation will happen. So I recommend just having a high sodium diet, not stressing about having low sodium, and you'll be fine. And that's just a small list of the do's and don'ts I have for beginners. If you liked the video, please hit the like button, share it with your friends, share it with people who you feel might be interested in this. Thank you for watching, guys. Keep it 110.